Okay, so today's topic is Hyper-V. Hyper-V is nothing but it's a hypervisor. Okay, why we use this Hyper-V? Like simple short example, we are using this one VMware Workstation, correct? We are using VMware Workstation. For what purpose we are using this VMware Workstation? To virtualize my system so that I can create VMs. So it's a third-party application we need to install, correct? So in server, there is a inbuilt virtualizations of feature which is called Hyper-V. Okay, you don't have to install VMware Workstation in server. With the help of Hyper-V, you can virtualize your system. Same thing, same concept what we are doing in VMware Workstation. Here you can see so many VMs are created, correct? Same thing you can do with the Hyper-V. Just you need to install and you need to configure it. So in order to install Hyper-V, it's not necessary that you need to configure Active Directory or DNS or something. But yes, it is required when you are deploying any services in the Hyper-V. With the help of Hyper-V, you can provide service also. But in VMware Workstation, you can't do that. If you deploy service here, you can provide it to the client. But in Hyper-V, you can do it. But if you have planned like I have one server, one physical server I have, and I need 4 more servers. So I need 4 more servers. Okay. But you don't have so much of capital. So in that scenario, what you can do is inside that physical server only, you will install Hyper-V, where Active Directory, DNS, everything will be configured. There you will be deploying your services in the Hyper-V and you will provide it. Short, simple. It will save your capital also. So just simple concept, no need to get confused. It's just a feature with the help of which you can virtualize your system. And also you can provide services. That is what Hyper-V is. So to install this Hyper-V, what we can do is go to Server Manager. So here the same process you need to do, add roles and features. And one more thing, I want one help, like all the videos which is been recorded. Have you all downloaded or not downloaded? Downloaded, right? Anyone, just keep all those downloaded files and can you share it in the group? Okay, share it in the group. Okay, Girish, you can take those videos, okay, so that you can practice. So upload by today, okay? All till with this, whatever is there, just upload in the group. You can make a zip file and you can upload. That will be better because all the videos will be there. Just create a zip file and upload in the group. Easy way. So rather than just one by one you upload, create a zip file and you can upload. And give a heading like MSCSA first paper. All right. So now here, next. Okay, Hyper-V is already installed. I will just uninstall it because in previous class I have shown this one. So I will just uninstall it first. टाइप सी चार्जर है।
ये वीडियोस 565 MB है।
बैटरी खत्म हो गई। Okay. Now let's install it. So add roles and features. Next, next, next. Here we can see Hyper-V. So just read it out, the description, the services that you can use to create and manage virtual machines and their resources. Each virtual machine is a virtualized computer system that operates in an isolated execution environment. Same what you do in VMware Workstation. There is no difference. Just only one difference is there is when you use virtual machine in VMware, you cannot provide service to the client. It's your own. It's just for practice purpose. In Hyper-V in server, with the help of that, you can provide services to the client. These two differences. This one difference is there. In VMware Workstation, you cannot provide, but in Hyper-V feature that we get in server, which is inbuilt, with that you can provide services. Okay, rest same, exactly same. So just add features. Next, next, next. Nothing to do over here. This is a new one. It's not required, like it's your own, like what is the criteria? It's for installation of Hyper-V, it's not like you need ADDS, DNS, nothing like that. Yes, if you are deploying services, at that time ADDS and DNS is required. Then also that is not a big deal, like ADDS will be installed, you just install Hyper-V. And the configuration I will show you, the same configuration you have to do when ADDS and DNS is same. There's no difference. So installation is done, so it's asking restart. The restart is pending on Hyper-V. So restart your PC. Up and down. First step done. Till Monday. Okay, do one thing. Practice it. Discuss in group that when you are going to start MCSA together, then I will start. Okay? Because for the second paper, at least first paper should be very much clear. Otherwise, at the mid, you will ask that I didn't got this part. I forgot this. How to join client to domain? Why this IP is coming? So this type of questions will come. Is it clear? Jitendra? Are you there? Jitendra? You there or not there? Yeah, Jitendra is there too. Sleeping. Recording. So sleep. So now you can say Hyper-V is installed. Now see, there is something is there. Usually we have only one ticket, correct? In the server there will be lot of tickets will be there. But when you create VM, at that time you will get only one. Okay, just forget about this part because Hyper-V I have done, that's why it's showing. But when you will create a VM, you will get only one, that is it, Ethernet 0. You will see only one Ethernet. Okay. So now just imagine if this Ethernet 0 is there. You have managed Active Directory, and Active Directory is working under this Ethernet. One traffic is going through this Ethernet. Now again you have created Hyper-V virtual machine and you have deployed some services over there. And that also you are making path through Ethernet. Same Active Directory management also, virtual machine also. What will happen? It will overload, correct? So many pressure will come, so many traffic waves are going to come in this NIC card. NIC. So what at the end, what will happen? It will be crashed. So what you have to do is you need to separate this. Separate how? You have to create one virtual Ethernet from this. You need to create a virtual. So how to create that? Go to tools, Hyper-V manager. So when you come to Hyper-V manager, here you will see virtual switch manager. ये बना हुआ है. So you need to go to virtual switch manager. So when you click on virtual switch manager, you will get three options. Three options: external, internal, and private. So we need to go with the internal. Create virtual switch. External, when you are deploying Hyper-V for like general purpose, just for practice, like we do in this one, no? In VMware Workstation. Internal means when ADDS will be deployed. So here ADDS is not deployed, but I'm showing how to do that. So that's why internal. So when you install Hyper-V where your Active Directory is installed, go with the internal. Then only same domain will come. Otherwise, it will not come. So go with internal. And if it is private, that is your own. Internal, your own internet infrastructure. External, it's out of the Active Directory. Separate. So go with the internal. So I'm assuming I have Active Directory. So I need to make this Hyper-V same in with the Active Directory. So that's why I have to go with the internal. So create virtual switch. Give a name. vSwitch, for example. And then apply. So it will be created internal only.
ये क्या है VLAN ID enable virtual
even the background also, the background of the app.
Okay. Now if I go and check, can you see?
What about the Hyper-V Ethernet adapter?
Well, this one is disabled. That is what I told at the first note. Just forget about this. I created in the previous, so that's why it's coming here. These two will be there after creating virtual switch. Now what we need to do? Let's create one VM. So how I will create? Same way how you created VMware Workstation. In how new virtual machine, how you go? Same way. Here you can see new, correct? Click on new virtual machine. And after that, next, give a name. Let's say DC. If you have any specific location to store, you can store by clicking on this, or else in C drive only. You can see the path. C drive, program data, Microsoft Windows, Hyper-V, inside that file will be stored. Next, Two options, generation 1, generation 2. Generation 1 supports normal MBR. Generation 2 supports UEFI firmware based configuration, GPT. I hope you remember. No, great. Go and study. So now we need to go with the generation 1. And in Hyper-V, always you should go with the generation 1 only, no generation 2. Because usually in Hyper-V, we used to configure server, not clients. And UEFI, GPT, those kind of configurations comes only on client, Windows 10, 7, 8, 8.1, some those kind of things. For servers, generation 1 only. Next, assign how much memory you want to give. Now one thing is there. Now if I show you my VM's RAM, it's 8 GB, correct? When you are going to create, obviously you are going to give 2 GB, correct? Give 4 GB to your RAM. Why? Because when here I will assign it, right? I will assign it from my VM. In my VM I have 8 GB. From 8 GB I have to assign how much memory it will take. So if you create 2 GB RAM in your VM, and here if you give 1 GB, it will not work. Minimum 2 GB required to run Hyper-V.
So in our laptop, we need to use
In laptop, when you create a VM, right, there you give 4 GB. So inside that VM, when you do this Hyper-V configuration and all, there you give 2 GB. So that for your VM, there should be some space, and whatever VM you are running inside that should have some memory. 2 GB it will not work. Minimum 4 GB you have to provide to your main VM. Okay, it's a little bit confusing because VM inside that VM you are creating another virtual machine. Correct? So just in short and simple, just provide 4 GB to your VM. Inside that VM, when you are going to configure Hyper-V, when you are going to create any instance, any virtual machine there, 2 GB you can allot.
minimum 2 GB.
So here I will give 2 GB. 2048. And this memory is coming from where? From my VM's RAM. From here, 8 GB. Next, connection. We have created one connection, correct? vSwitch. Can you see it's coming? Internal I have done. So vSwitch. Next. Here is asking create a virtual hard disk. How much space you want to provide? Same thing for what you do in VMware Workstation. Do you remember? Same thing is coming. So by default, the Hyper-V 130 GB is default. In VMware Workstation, you get 60 GB recommended. So it's like that, different. I will give, and this size you have to provide according to your hard disk which you have in your VM. I have 60 GB of hard disk, so I have to give 30. So I will give 30 only. Next, don't think this size are taking from your physical. It's not taking, it's coming from the VM only. You have to take it from VM. Next, now you need to provide ISO image file. So here also ISO image file will not take from your physical. It will take from your VM. So your ISO image file should be present in your VM. So I have already stored here Windows 10 Pro. So I can browse and I can attach it. So before you do this part, make sure any ISO file is present in your VM so that you can attach it. Browse, Windows 10 Pro, open. Then next, finish. Same process what you do in VMware Workstation, correct? Just few things are different and few GUI. Now let's start. Now how to open this? Right side bottom you can see connect, correct? Click on connect. One console will come over here. The virtual machine DC is turned off. So how to turn on? Start. First, let you know what you have to do.
Yeah.
Same as VMware Workstation. What you do? You will start, you install it, configure it, whatever is there. Now from here also, if you deploy any ADDS, say any like for example web development, website deployment if you want, or any backup server if you want to create over here as a VM, whatever you want, you can do it. Because we have done internal, that is, it's inside the Active Directory. So you can provide service from this VM to the client. So now we don't have so much of services, so I can't show that, but this is how you have to do it. So same is booting.
आपको ना वो विंडोज 10 कैसा डाल सकते हैं उसके अंदर?
हाँ
वो विंडोज 10 है ना,
विंडोज 10 अभी मेरे पास वही ISO था तो इसलिए मैंने उसको ही लगा दिया।
हाँ, लेकिन उसके अंदर इनसाइड इनबिल्ट कैसा कर सकते हैं इसको अंदर VMware में?
एक सेकेंड।
So everyone has completed.
हेलो, यस, हाँ हाँ, IST जयनगर बेंगलोर, बोलिए।
To read the numbers from 9
हाँ, अच्छा, ओके, अच्छा, अच्छा ठीक है, वो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। आप एक काम कर सकते हैं, अभी तो फिलहाल कोई भी काउंसिलर या फिर रिसेप्शनिस्ट आया नहीं है अभी तक, तो 10 साढ़े 10 के अंदर में वो लोग आ जाएंगे। तो एक बार कॉल कर दीजिए, तब वो उनको आप बता दीजिए रिसिप्ट है, तो वो आपको वो लोग आपको दे देंगे कुछ, ठीक है। हाँ। टू 2003 वो सर्टिफिकेशन किया था HT से, सर्टिफिकेट बुक हो गया, and now he wants to renew the certificate. तो 2003 ऐसे ही तो कुछ बोला, ठीक है। हाँ, तो क्या बोल रहा था मैं, विंडोज 10 का मैंने ISO लिया है।
हाँ नहीं, अभी हम लोग VMware में इंस्टॉल करने के लिए अभी हम लोग कॉपी करके एक ड्राइव में रखते हैं हमारे पर्सनल लैपटॉप, और उसके बाद ना उधर पे
आपका साउंड एकदम कम आ रहा है, एकदम कम आ रहा है।
अब आ रहा है जी? हाँ, अभी हम लोग इसमें VMware में कॉपी करने के लिए अभी हम लोग पर्सनल लैपटॉप में कोई ड्राइव में रखते हैं, तो उधर पे ब्राउज करके डालते हैं।
हाँ,
तो
हम लोग ड्राइव में,
Windows
जैसे कि हम लोग यहाँ पे
10
फिजिकल मशीन में यहाँ से जब हम लोग डालते हैं तो हम लोग फिजिकल मशीन में जाना होता है, ब्राउज करना होता है ना। तो यहाँ पे हमको क्या करना है, मुझे ये जो ISO है ना, इसको मुझे फिजिकल मशीन से यहाँ पे लाना है।
हाँ वही फिजिकल मशीन से इधर पे लाना, वो कैसा लाया?
कोई बात नहीं, ये पहली बात तो ये कि आपको जब ये इंस्टॉल करते हो VMware ये टूल इंस्टॉल होना चाहिए,
हाँ
ठीक है। इसके बाद आपको यहाँ पे कैसे लाओगे, बस आप कोई भी जाओ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे सॉफ्टवेयर में आ गए, जैसे कि ये 16 टाइम मिलेगा, ये 8.1 फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मुझे इसको लेके जाना है VM के अंदर। कुछ नहीं करना है, इसको पकड़ो, ड्रैग करो, गो टू द VM, यहाँ पे आके छोड़ दो, बस हो गया।
वो पैसा अंदर आएगा,
वो डायरेक्ट सीधा कॉपी होना स्टार्ट हो जाए।
सिर्फ ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप कर सकते हैं।
हाँ, लेकिन ये तभी मुमकिन है जब आप VMware टूल्स को इंस्टॉल करते हो। इफ यू इंस्टॉल VMware tools, then only it is possible.
मतलब कोई भी अंदर डाल सकते हैं हम लोग इसमें।
कोई भी कुछ भी whatever you want, drag and drop can be possible.
वही डाउट।
ठीक है, clear? वो install, then in Hyper-V, if you want to install, you can install. If you want to join anything to your domain, you can also join it, no problem, because it's in the same network. Everything, whatever you want, you can do it. This is what hypervisor is. Hyper-V. Hyper-V का full form hypervisor होता है. And this hypervisor you will get data. I know already I have discussed about hypervisor, I guess. That is the thing. ठीक है, तो फिर तो यहाँ तक आप लोग प्रैक्टिस करके everyone discuss, like everyone has got finished. I have considered first paper correctly, perfectly, no doubts. If I give a green signal, and I will start second paper. Because in second paper there are a lot of things there. DNS backup server, RODC server is there, then WSUS is there, folder redirection is there, many other advanced configurations. So make sure you are very much clear with the group policy. That in second paper I don't have to explain for what purpose I am creating this and that. Okay, so practice everything.
Sir, like how do we do a mirroring?
How we do
Mirroring.
mirroring in the sense?
Like we have two hard disks for the same server, and for the one server we install, and for other thing we do a mirroring.
Like you're saying for a backup or what?
Yeah, like backup.
That is for RODC server.
Okay, okay.
So
Okay,
that comes under second paper. So we will do that.
okay, okay.
So today, Narasimha, you share video, okay? Just download all the videos, keep it in a file, make it as a zip file, and share it to the group.